From humble beginnings to a billion-dollar empire, the story of Louis Vuitton is an accurate rags-to-riches tale that has captivated the world for generations. Follow the journey of a determined and innovative young man who rose from poverty to become one of the most iconic names in the luxury fashion industry. Before continuing the video, subscribe to our channel and smash the bell icon to never miss any of our upcoming videos. In the world of luxury brands, Louis reigns supreme with a valuation of over $30 billion. The brand's origins can be traced back to the 19th century, when a young teenager faced many obstacles to achieving success. With no resources to his name, he took up menial jobs to earn a livelihood. Despite being paid very little, the teenager had the opportunity to work with skilled craftsmen and artisans, where he learned valuable skills that would be instrumental in creating a billion-dollar empire. Born and raised in Angers, France, Louis came from humble beginnings, as his family faced bankruptcy due to the economic turmoil following the Napoleonic Wars. Louis was forced to work on the family farm from an early age, tending to crops, raising animals, and stockpiling firewood. His mother's untimely death and his father's remarriage to a cruel stepmother made life unbearable for Louis, prompting him to run away from home at the age of 16 with no resources. Louis' journey to success began in Paris, where he struggled to make ends meet, but landed odd jobs with artisans who taught him how to work with metal, fabrics, stone, and wood. Despite being homeless, Louis was determined to learn and develop his skills to create something extraordinary. His passion and hard work eventually led him to become one of the most innovative designers of modern luggage and establish a billion-dollar empire. During a period when Paris had just opened its first railway line, travel became more accessible and led to a booming industry. These craftsmen specialized in making custom boxes for aristocrats who frequently traveled with valuable possessions like paintings, instruments, and furniture, and required durable and spacious boxes to accommodate their belongings. Louis, who had learned some necessary skills during his journey to Paris, sought work in this trade. He was eventually hired as an apprentice by a fellow craftsman named Monsieur Maracal. Despite earning a modest income, Louis quickly gained favor with Maracal's clients and was ultimately appointed as the personal boxmaker to the Empress of France. After a year of service, Louis decided to open his own shop, where he came up with innovative ideas for new products that revolutionized the industry. Traditional boxes were typically made of leather and had a rectangular shape with domed lids to prevent water damage, making them impossible to stack and time-consuming to load. Louis experimented with new materials to address these issues and eventually settled on canvas. Louis experimented with canvas material which was lighter, more durable, and water-resistant compared to leather. He used this new material to create a slat trunk with a flat lid that could be easily stacked and loaded. Although customers initially hesitated about the latest product, it became a must-have accessory within 2 years. Louis then decided to create handbags, which at the time were not embraced by society due to their bulky, inelegant appearance and potential to cause injuries to women. However, quickly becoming popular and creating demand for more styles. His son George joined the business and devised new ideas, including a tumbler lock to prevent theft. The family's products became even more desirable, but unfortunately, the company was destroyed by a war, leaving Louis homeless for a second time. At the peak of his business, Louis and his family were forced to flee from their home and workshop in Asnières, outside Paris, to the city because of the Franco-Prussian War. Living amongst thousands of refugees in a cramped shelter, the Louis struggled to survive as food became scarce. When the war ended and Louis returned home, he was devastated to find his workshop destroyed and materials stolen. But Louis was determined to rebuild, and he wasted no time finding a new shop location and rebuilding his workshop using his remaining savings. Taking advantage of the low property prices, Louis had bought a shop in an upscale district, and within months, his business was thriving again. With business booming, Louis decided to try new and bolder ideas, such as printing custom patterns on fabric, which led to the creation of a line of trunks covered in a striped pattern. His new design was an instant hit, and soon Louis received so many international orders that he opened a shop in London. Diversifying his clientele, he sold products to more royals and explorers. However, Louis' sudden death at the age of 72 threw a wrench into his plans. Georges took over the business and attended the World Fair in the US to establish an international sales network. There, he met John Wanamaker, who pioneered the department store and started selling LV in his New York department store. Louis Vuitton's first store in the US created a monogram in memory of its founder's father, featuring a floral pattern with the interlocking L and V initially. Customers were surprised to see the monogram on products eventually became famous. Georges and his son Gaston continued to innovate and create new designs, including the keypole and the no bags. However, just like Louis, Georges passed away, leaving Gaston alone to carry on his father's legacy. During World War II, LV's factory and stores were shut down, but Gaston later tasked his sons with rebuilding the company. Henry, Jacques and Claude had differing views on managing the company, prompting them to appoint their brother-in-law, Henry Racamier, to take charge. Henry had already made a substantial profit by founding and selling a steel trading company, which had honed his business acumen. He pivoted LV from wholesale to retail and capitalized on the Asian market, which boosted sales from $20 million to over $260 million within 6 years. Henry then took LV public, with over 1 million shares sold and all stocks selling out. While analysts expressed concern about the rising number of counterfeit goods and potential sales decline, Henry continued to expand the business worldwide, proving the naysayers wrong. LV reached nearly $1 billion in sales and merged with Moët Hennessy to establish a luxury goods conglomerate, LVMH, to prevent an outside takeover. However, Henry's management disputes with Moët Hennessy's president, Jean-Pierre Le Chevalier, led to Bernard Arnault, a property developer, being approached as a potential ally. But Bernard eventually acquired a controlling stake in LVMH, leading to a legal battle between Henry and Bernard, which Bernard won, resulting in Henry stepping down. After falling behind other luxury brands, LV brought in Yves Carcel as CEO to revive the brand's fortunes. They introduced a new and innovative idea of collaborating with renowned designers like Vivienne Westwood and Isaac Mizrahi to create handbags using the LV monogram for its 150th anniversary. The collaborations were a massive success and restored LV's reputation as a premier brand. The appointment of Marc Jacobs as creative director proved to be another masterstroke. He launched LV's first ready-to-wear line, designed the Vernus collection, and collaborated with renowned artists such as Stephen Sprouse and Takashi Murakami. LV expanded into watches, jewelry, and sunglasses, and still makes everything in-house, with artisans undergoing 2 years of training, and some items requiring 300 stages to assemble. LV now ranks as the world's top luxury brand, with a valuation of over $30 billion. This is the inspiring story of how a homeless teenager's innovation and resilience created a modern luggage empire with enduring success even after over a century in business. What are your thoughts about Louis Vuitton and its impact on the fashion industry? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.